Hi, welcome to Nanyang Education's Primary School Problem Sum series, where we go through upper primary problem sum techniques. In this video, we'll be covering part 9 of our series, Unit times Value. This is the second video, Ratios, where we'll go through the basic techniques of this topic. Under our problem sum technique playbook, we have 10 different techniques to go through, so don't forget to follow us for more content. So for this video, the lesson plan will be as such. First, we'll cover an intermediate question with a step-by-step guide. Next, we have a basic question for you to try on your own. And lastly, to test your understanding, we have an intermediate difficulty question for you to try on your own. Without further ado, let's jump right in. So let's read our question 1. The ratio between tricycles and cars was 5:3. If there are 378 wheels altogether, how many cars are there in total? So our first step will be, based on the ratios given, we identify how many units of tricycles and cars there are. It's quite obvious, tricycles we should give it 5 units, and cars we give it 3 units. Next, we assign a value to the two objects given. What does this mean? Now this value is 3 for tricycles and 4 for cars, because it's quite obvious that a tricycle has 3 wheels and a car has 4 wheels. Next, we take the number of units multiplied by value to calculate the total as shown in the format below. So we should just write down a table with number of vehicles, the value, which is basically the number of wheels each of them has, and the total is number times value. We first write down the ratio for tricycles and cars, 5 units and 3 units. Value will be 3 and 4 respectively. And we can then find our number times value. For tricycle, it will be 5 units times 3, 15 units. We do the same for the cars, and we get 12 units. Our next row, we write down the total. This row we can find out the total number of vehicles, which is not really needed in this question. But the most important here is the total for number times value. We take 15 units plus 12 units equals 27 units. Now with this table, we can find 1 unit. The total number of wheels there are, as found, is 27 units. And the question tells us this is 378. So with that, we can find out that 1 unit is 378 divided by 27. We get 14. Now we can solve for the number of cars. As our table states, we have 3 units of cars, which is 3 times 14, 42. So there were 42 cars. That's our answer. Now let's do a recap. First, we write down the units of the two variables. Then we assign a value for each of the variables. After that, we draw a table and take the unit times the value to find the total number of units of both variables. Next, we find 1 unit, and finally, we can solve the question. Now that we have learned how to do the questions, let's attempt another one. Miss Tay bought some cookies. Raisin cookies come in packs of 3, while chocolate cookies come in packs of 8. The ratio between raisin and chocolate packs was 2:1. If there are 84 cookies in total, how many packs did Miss Tay buy? Feel free to pause the video and attempt the question. You can resume once you're ready. Alright, so our first step will be to draw our table. Let's write down number of packs, value, and total, which is number times value. We first write down the number of raisin packs and chocolate packs as 2 units and 1 unit, as mentioned by our question. Our value will be 3 for raisin and 8 for chocolate, because that's the number of cookies each pack has. Now we can find our total, which is number times value. For raisin, we take 2 units times 3 equals 6 units. And for chocolates, we do the same thing to get 8 units. Next, we write down the row for total number of packs and the total number of cookies. Total number of packs 2 unit plus 1 unit equals 3 units. Total number of cookies, 6 unit plus 8 units, 14 units. So with this, total number of cookies equals 14 units, which is equals to, as the question tells us, 84. So 1 unit equals to 6. Now how many packs did Miss Tay buy? As our table states, this is 3 units, which is 6 times 3, 18. So Miss Tay bought 18 packs of cookies. Now let's try an intermediate difficulty question. 24,642 balloons were shared among some children. The ratio between boys and girls was 4:9. Each boy received 5 balloons, while each girl received 6 balloons. So part A asks us how many boys were there, and part B asks us how many balloons did the girls receive in total. So feel free to pause the video and attempt the question. You can resume once you're ready. Alright, so our first step will be to draw our table. We have our columns as number of children, value, and total, which is number times value. We write down the number of boys and girls as 4 units and 9 units respectively, because that's the ratio the question gives us. Our value will be, each boy received 5 balloons, so boy will be 5, and girl, similarly, will be 6. Now we can find our number times value. For boy, it will be 4 units times 5, 20 units. And if we do the same for the girls, we should get 54 units. Now let's find the total. The total number of balloons would be 20 units plus 54 units, 74 units. So this total of 74 units is equals to, as the question tells us, 24,642. What a large number. But we can key in the calculator and find out that 1 unit equals to 333. Now for part A, they asked us how many boys were there. So we should take, as the table states, 4 units. We should get 4 times 333, and we get 1,332. So that's our answer for part A. There were 1,332 boys. Now with this table, and 1 unit equals 333, let's solve part B. How many balloons did the girls receive in total? Now this is actually also shown in our table. It is the girls' total, which is number times value, 54 units. We take 54 times 333 and we get 17,982. So that's our answer. The girls receive a total of 17,982 balloons. Did you get it? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Bye!